now, Madison's Concerts on the Square returns to its home for the first time since before the pandemic. Plus, racist graffiti found spray painted on the side of a local elementary school. Police now ask the community for help. And developing now an active search for suspects tonight in Madison after 2 people were shot on the city's north side. We have the latest straight ahead. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Joining us tonight, we start with breaking news. 2 people were shot and taken to the hospital tonight on Dryden Drive on the north side off Northport. Police say 2 suspected shooters are still on the loose. Our Armand Rahman is live on the scene right now with what we know so far. Armand?
Eric, police cleared out the scene at this McDonald's about an hour ago. Not much happening on Dryden Drive here right now, but that wasn't the case earlier. Here's what Madison police told us so far. Police were called to Dryden Drive near the Goodwill and McDonald's at 5:20 p.m. There, they found 2 people hurt. MPD didn't say how old those people are or provide any description of them. We also know 2 suspects drove from the scene before police got there. Madison police don't have anyone under arrest right now. So again, 2 people hurt at a shooting in the far north side. 2 suspects still on the loose, and we'll update this story when we learn more, including if we get an update on the victim or the suspect description at a later date. For now, live in Dryden Drive, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. And of course, as we continue to learn more, the conditions of those individuals, as Armand mentioned, in the search for a suspect, stay with News 3 Now, and as always, at channel3000.com for the latest updates. Police in Shorewood Hills are also searching for suspects after the city's elementary school was vandalized overnight. Graffiti with images of nudity and racist symbols were found on an exterior wall. Police are encouraging residents who live near the school to check security camera footage overnight and to contact police if you have any information into who may be responsible. Well, let's turn things over to weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with our certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
Eric, it was a warm day today, but it was a dry day. The humidity levels are down. Tomorrow will probably be a couple degrees warmer. The time lapse from the WISC Skycam shows bright sunshine all day long today. Just a few clouds on the eastern horizon, and that was pretty much about it. Clear skies as we headed towards sunset. There are some showers and thunderstorms up in far northern Wisconsin near a warm front, and some storms out to the west in the eastern Dakotas and western Minnesota with a cold front that will reach us tomorrow night. High temperatures today, mid to upper 80s over much of southern Wisconsin away from Lake Michigan. A little cooler closer to the lake, but Madison was at 86. Janesville did top out at 90 degrees, and current temperatures are still in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Madison right now at 79. Dew point's starting to creep up a little bit. 60 the dew point here in Madison. Most areas upper 50s to the lower 60s. By tomorrow morning, we'll only drop to about 70, and tomorrow look for a high of 90, and it'll be windy through the day with partly sunny skies. We'll see some thunderstorm chances tomorrow night, but will it break the heat? I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, Gary, thank you. Members of the Ntsb giving us an update tonight on that deadly Amtrak crash in rural Missouri this week that left 4 people dead. They say the train was traveling just under the track's speed limit at the time of impact.
The speed of the train when the horn started blowing, which is about a quarter mile out from the crossing, at that point was 89. At the time of impact, it was 87 miles per hour. The speed at that crossing is 90 miles per hour. That's the speed limit.
Now, the Ntsb does not have any concerns about mechanical issues, including the train's brakes. We know that a Wisconsin Boy Scout troop was on board at the time and helped in the effort to evacuate people. None of the Boy Scouts were seriously hurt. Disgraced R&B singer R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in prison. Today it follows his conviction last year on federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Defense attorneys believed he should only face a maximum of 10 years. Now that he's been sentenced, Kelly is expected to be taken to Chicago, where he faces a federal trial for child pornography and obstruction charges. And a complete jury has now been selected to handle the penalty phase of the murder trial for the gunman in the Parkland, Florida high school shooting. 9 women and 1 man were selected to serve as alternates today, a day after 7 men and 5 women were selected to sit on the jury. Jurors will decide the sentence for Nicholas Cruz for the 2018 mass shooting. He pleaded guilty to 17 counts of murder, 17 counts of attempted murder late last year. He'll be either sentenced to death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. New at 10, former President Trump is no longer in contempt of a New York court. Trump was held in civil contempt in April for failing to comply with a subpoena from the New York Attorney General's office for documents as part of its investigation into the former president's company. The $110,000 that Trump paid in fines will be held in an escrow account while his appeal is being finalized. Developing tonight, the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack has issued a subpoena to compel testimony from Pat Cipollone. He's the former president's White House counsel. Cipollone has long been considered a key witness by the committee. He has resisted talking further with the committee after previously sitting for a closed-door interview back on April 13th. The U.S. Supreme Court will soon need to take an updated photo. Justice Stephen Breyer officially announcing his plans to step down, notifying the White House that his retirement will go into effect tomorrow at noon Eastern. He also added that Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is ready to take the necessary oaths to start her service as the 116th member of the nation's highest court. President Biden announcing today the U.S. will bolster its military presence in Europe in the face of Russia's continued threat. The administration says that will include the first permanent U.S. presence in Poland, adding 2 F-35 squadrons to the UK, deploying additional air defense in Germany and Italy, as well as stationing 2 more destroyers in Spain.
Together, our allies, we're going to make sure that NATO is ready to meet threats from all directions across every domain, land, air, and the sea.
And in an historic move, NATO will expand, extending a formal invitation to Sweden, also Finland, after Turkey dropped its opposition Tuesday. NATO also says collectively it will significantly increase the number of troops on standby from 40,000 to more than 300,000. Well, take a look at this. New video released on social media today shows a dog being rescued from a damaged Ukrainian apartment building. According to the Post, the 5-story residential building was damaged due to Russian shelling. The dog's owner was rescued by ladder, but the dog was trapped inside the apartment on the 4th floor. Rescuers used a cradle crane to rescue the frightened Labrador, who took some persuading before he would leave the apartment. Some analysts worried about a potential recession in the U.S. economy. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the U.S. economy shrank about 1.6% in the first quarter of the year, hindered by the war in Ukraine, which had a major ripple effect on global supply chains. It's been a factor with food and energy markets as well. A recession usually seen as back-to-back quarters of GDP decline, but it is not the official definition. New video tonight. A bridge in Turkey's Black Sea region collapsed under the weight of the rushing stream of water this week after heavy rainfall caused flooding in 6 provinces. Footage from the ground shows a bridge collapsing and being washed away. The overflowing water damaged surrounding residential areas as the ground floors of nearby houses were submerged. Hundreds of people in the region were forced to evacuate. More new video. No one was hurt in a large fire. This was at a Jewish summer camp for boys in Maryland this morning. It was confined to Camp Aries Dining Hall, known as the White House. It had no campers in it at the time. It's about 7 miles from Camp David. Police and firefighters will remain on scene. There's no word on what caused it. Authorities confirm carbon monoxide poisoning caused the deaths of 3 Americans at a Sandals resort in the Bahamas. The victims, 1 from Florida, 2 from Tennessee, all died during their stay at Emerald Bay last month. Authorities say no other signs of trauma were found. A 4th person, a woman who was married to one of the victims, is reportedly in good condition after being airlifted to a hospital. The Biden administration has a new strategy to fight the spread of monkeypox. It's speeding up testing and vaccinations. Big batches of vaccines are being shipped to communities most at risk. Now, this is the only vaccine licensed to fight monkeypox. The shot, called Jynneos, is produced by a Danish company, Bavaria Nordic. The Biden administration pushing 56,000 doses of the vaccine to areas where the virus is spreading the most quickly, including New York City. The U.S. has reported more than 300 cases in more than half the country. For the first time in a decade, the American Academy of Pediatrics has updated its guidance on breastfeeding. The group still recommends it for at least the first 6 months of a baby's life, but now also supports continued breastfeeding to age 2 or older. The AAP says breast milk provides significant health benefits to babies, and that while it may not be an option for everyone, any amount of breast milk is better than none. Thousands of Americans have been impacted by flight delays recently, and now some politicians are demanding action. Senator Bernie Sanders, the latest. This week, he sent a letter to the Department of Transportation urging penalties for airlines with significant delays and cancellations. This does not include weather-related delays or cancellations, but rather schedules impacted by staffing issues. Well, ahead of a busy July 4th travel weekend, Delta is issuing a waiver that will let customers rebook their flights without paying change fees or fare differences. Travelers covered by the policy have tickets to fly between July 1st and 4th. The waiver allows customers to pay the same price for rebooked tickets. even if the new fare is more expensive. More local news. For the first time since 2019, the sound of a full concert orchestra returned to the Capitol grounds. With it, thousands of people excited to take in the full experience. And some of those audience members started showing up, blankets in hand, at 10 a.m. for a 7 p.m. concert earlier in the day. Arman Rahman was there.
When the clock hit 3 p.m., the blanket hit the grass, unless you're Cat Lassiter.
First off, a pro is going to get here before 3 o'clock, even though that's technically when you're supposed to. You get your little table, you got your perfect size. You got to be able to carry everything in, got to be able to carry everything out.
She's been coming to the Capitol for concerts for 30 years, which gave her the experience needed to beat the thousands of other people rushing to catch up after a very long wait.
And it's been 1,065 days since we played here last.
During the pandemic, the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra did a year virtually and a year with smaller crowds at Breastfeeding Field. But the orchestra knows they won't be just playing for veterans like Kat. The Billinghurst family got here early to get a good spot for their kids, two coming back to the event, bringing one pandemic baby to his first show.
A lot of space here, a lot of kids, so it's one of the other perks of coming here and having it at the Capitol. There's just a lot of room for the families to kind of run around.
There's more to consume than just fine music, though. Vendors offer a little bit of everything to round out the experience.
I've heard the orchestra many times in different spots, but I never have on the concerts on the square. So I'm excited to be a part of it, listen to it, and experience all there is.
And it's that experience that can only be felt right in front of the music flowing around the state capitol.
This is a perfect description of Madison. You know, people being friendly, sitting around, having a great big picnic together, and just enjoying the beautiful Capitol.
That was Arman Rahman reporting, and now the head of the Chamber Orchestra says it takes a village to put on this show with 60 to 70 volunteers a week, so they welcome anyone else who wants to help out. Well, looking ahead, here's a look at all of this year's performances. 6 concerts are scheduled, with each one happening Wednesday at 7 p.m. after tonight's Motown with Spectrum. 7 p.m. each Wednesday. For more information on the schedule, we have a link at channel3000.com. And still ahead tonight, a look ahead to your 4th of July weekend forecast. But first, we'll check out a century-old tunnel inside Niagara Falls as it prepares to open to the public for the first time ever. Stay with us.
And you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
A dream is the spark of greatness, but it's nothing without drive.
Now shine on, 'cause we're made from the stars.
Introducing the all-new Honda HR-V. With impressive sporty style, inside and out. From the brand owners are calling most fun to drive. Honda, the power of dreams.
Tired of millionaires in the Senate like Ron Johnson who only look out for the rich and powerful? Mandela Barnes will be a voice for hard-working middle-class families. As the son of a teacher and a third-shift factory worker, he gets it. He'll make the big corporations and the rich pay their fair share and lower middle-class taxes to make things more affordable for us. Mandela Barnes knows it's about the middle class, not the millionaires. Courageous Leaders PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
We're celebrating all things that make Madison very Asian.
Tomorrow, learn what sparked a global movement and how you can show your support during Very Asian Week.
And will temperatures around 90 stick around into the holiday weekend? That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, check this out. A century-old tunnel on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls is set to open to the public, providing visitors with never-before-seen views of the falls. The tunnel stretches out from the Niagara Parks Power Station, the first major power plant at Niagara Falls, and provides visitors with a unique viewing platform that takes in the majesty of the falls. For about a century, Canada's Niagara Power Company had generated electricity at the site using its massive turbines and engineering marvels.
And this is a 2,200-foot-long tunnel, so the guests will take a glass enclosed elevator down 180 feet, down to the bottom into the wheel pit, and then out the tunnel and into a brand new viewing platform, which extends 65 feet out into the Niagara River, and they're going to get spectacular new views of Niagara Falls.
Now, the site opens officially to the public on July 1st, and we're about to see the universe in a whole new way. NASA announcing today it'll soon release the deepest image of our universe that's ever been taken. The image is one of many high-resolution pictures being released July 12th, all taken by the Webb Space Telescope. The Webb mission originally slated to last 10 years, but NASA says it has enough excess fuel capability to last for 20. Taco Bell joining forces with Cheez-Its for 2 items that are being tested out on the fast food giant's menu. The first is the Big Cheez-It Tostada, which is made up of a large Cheez-It cracker 16 times the size of a regular one. The other product is a Big Cheez-It Crunch Wrap Supreme, which substitutes the usual tostada shell with another giant Cheez-It cracker. Right now, the meals are only available for the next 2 weeks in Irvine, California. Special day for Apple. The iPhone turns 15. Co-founder Steve Jobs first introduced the iPhone back in January 2007. And they went on sale June 29th that same year. 74 days from launch, Apple sold 1 million iPhones. Today, iPhones are arguably the most popular smartphones in the world. Apple is expected to unveil its iPhone 14 series this fall. Looking ahead, preparations are underway for the 46th annual Macy's 4th of July fireworks show in New York City. It'll light up the sky Monday night over the East River. Macy says it'll launch more than 48,000 shells and effects from 5 barges. Now, 4th of July celebrations are known for fireworks, both big and small, but there has been an alarming uptick in fireworks-related injuries, landing thousands of Americans in the hospital. The Consumer Product Safety Commission reminding Americans to play it safe this Independence Day. A new CPSC report shows fireworks-related injuries are up 25% over the past 15 years. Last year, there were at least 9 deaths and an estimated 11,500 emergency room visits, and those numbers are down from a peak in 2020.
The overall trend is still high. I want to make sure that people understand that fireworks are explosives. They are dangerous.
Just last week, a 14-year-old in the Seattle area lost one hand and injured the other while playing with fireworks. During the height of the pandemic, many cities canceled holiday fireworks shows, and more consumers put on their own backyard shows. Around southern Wisconsin, there are also plenty of professional fireworks show options. In Madison, specifically, there are 2 events, one at Warner Park after the Mallards game on July 3rd, the other at Breese Stevens on Saturday. And we have a full list, including times and locations, and you can find them at channel3000.com. Of course, the weather going to play a role in everybody's plans. Hoping it stays nice for the holiday weekend, Gary.
I think Saturday and Sunday shouldn't be a problem. I think if there are any thunderstorms, it would be the 4th of July itself during the evening, but even that right now is kind of iffy. I think the better chances will be overnight. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. No rain for tomorrow. It'll be windy and dry, also sunny with high temperatures around 90 degrees. Heat index readings probably in the lower 90s since the humidity shouldn't be too bad. Then we'll see a few thunderstorms tomorrow night. They'll be spotty. A couple areas could get heavy downpours or maybe some wind or hail, and other areas may miss out on the rain altogether. And then we're back to dry and warm conditions for Saturday and Sunday with a little more humidity on the 4th of July leading to a thunderstorm chance. On Doppler track tonight, some thunderstorms up in far northern Wisconsin along a warm front, some storms in the Dakotas along the cold front that'll reach us tomorrow night. Before that happens, Storm Prediction Center for tomorrow has a marginal or level 1 risk of severe thunderstorms over much of the state, mainly north and west of the Dells here in our viewing area, and that's that's mainly for wind and hail. The storms will be weakening as they push into southern Wisconsin. The heat definitely building out to the west of us. Fortunately, it will only be around for about a day. Today we're at 86, the 90s, pretty widespread out to the west of us. Notice triple-digit heat through the Dakotas. But again, there's that cold front to the north and west, and temperatures ahead of the front still in the upper 80s into the Twin Cities, but behind the front, they drop off a few degrees into the 70s over the western Dakotas. And dew point temperatures, not terribly high, around 60 in Madison. You really start noticing the humidity once the dew points start getting above 65, and that may be the case later on tomorrow evening. Jet stream still up to the north. That's allowed the heat to build, and notice the absence of clouds here. The sun just baking down. That's why it was so hot, especially out to the west of us. But the jet stream starting to sag southward a little bit in the western part of the country, and that will allow our temperatures to drop a little bit as we head toward the end of the week, probably lower 80s by Friday and Saturday. These clusters of thunderstorms right ahead of a cold front pushing through western Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas right now, but the air doesn't really cool off dramatically behind the front. And you can see on future track the thunderstorms tonight along the warm front staying up to the north. Tomorrow, storms staying up to the north as well. But here's the cold front. You can see that wind shift from the southwest to the northwest, and thunderstorms starting to develop by about early evening around the Twin Cities or maybe up toward Eau Claire, and then coming on through. But notice the coverage. I mean, there'll be some spotty, heavier thunderstorms, and in other areas that don't see any rain altogether. So it's not a for certain thing that you're going to get rain, but it could rain hard, at least for a short period of time, once that cold front comes through. By Friday, the winds shift around to the northwest, and skies clear out by the afternoon, and it looks like we'll see dry conditions for Saturday and probably Sunday as well, before a little more humidity leads to some thunderstorm chances by the 4th of July itself. Tomorrow, no rain expected, high of 90 with brisk southwesterly winds, 15 to 25 miles per hour. And then as we look at future track, you can see skies clearing out overnight. Tomorrow, highs around 90. The thunderstorms arriving tomorrow night, but again, spotty in nature. And then on Friday morning, clouds, maybe a shower giving way to sunshine later in the afternoon with highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Rainfall amounts very spotty. Some areas picking up 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Other areas, no rain at all. The 7 to 10 day forecast, we warm right back up into the middle 80s by Sunday and the 4th of July Monday. Some thunderstorms Monday night into Tuesday, and then another warm up with highs in the upper 80s by the end of next week.
And coming up in sports, Johnny Davis scored at will when he was at Wisconsin. Why he says the plan is to focus on the other side of the ball at the next level. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I don't think it's here for the burger. This summer, prime rib is the star. Bite into the new Primal Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet. Charlie!
That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers speeds of 200 megabits for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here, yeah, and here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good. Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
Politicians have been threatening it. Now the Supreme Court's done it, triggering a ban on nearly all abortions in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. And Senator Ron Johnson sided with them on overturning Roe v. Wade, punishing doctors and hurting people, putting our health and reproductive rights in danger. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to protect us, not punish us.
Hey, this one's free. Car in front of you pay for it.
The best things in life are free.
This is the greatest day of my life!
Just wait till she hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation? free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest until 2024. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends Thursday. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
You got to get back to the movie theater, because who doesn't need a 2-hour vacation? Is there any chance you could turn that shirt down?
Traffic is horrible.
Great. Time for another one of these.
Bite into the new Primal Burrito or Biscuit with prime rib at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion now in theaters.
What more is there to say about Dana Rettke? She's arguably the greatest player to ever play at the Fieldhouse. She's Wisconsin's all-time leader in hitting percentage, blocks, and points. And today, she added another honor to her legacy. For the second time in her career, Rettke was named the Big Ten Female Athlete of the Year, becoming just the third athlete in conference history to win the award twice. The other Badger to do that was Susie Favor-Hamilton, who won it 3 straight years. In his final season at Wisconsin, Johnny Davis was a walking bucket. Whenever the Badgers needed a basket, he came through with a big shot. And the better the competition was, the better he was. That opened up eyes in the NBA and got him selected 10th overall in this year's draft. But scoring isn't what Davis hangs his hat on. What he says he's bringing to the Wizards is his defense.
Defense. Yeah, you know, I mean, I have an offensive game too, but on the defensive end, you can always control your effort and your intensity. You can never control if the ball is going to go in the hoop. So I think defensively, that's where I hang my hat.
Davis's first action as a Wizard will be in the Summer League, which starts next week in Las Vegas. Former Badgers Micah Potter and Aleem Ford will also be playing in the NBA Summer League. Potter's going to play with the Knicks, while Ford was added to the Magic's Summer League's roster. Bobby Portis is a free agent after he declined his $4.6 million player option today. The Bucks forward is coming off a year where he averaged 14 points and 9 rebounds per game. Remember, he did this last year too, declined the option to get a bigger contract, and then in the end, he resigned with the Bucks. Brewers wrapping up their series with the Rays, and the long ball was a big one for the Brew Crew. Second inning, Rowdy Tellez sends a solo shot to center field. He hit 2 dingers today. The Brewers hit 4 and left St. Pete with a sweep 5-3 is your final. Life is good if you're Rose Lavelle. The former Badger women's soccer star is a World Cup champion and now has her own Chipotle Bowl. Starting Friday, you can order the Rose Lavelle Bowl, which consists of chicken, black beans, fresh tomato salsa, roasted chili corn salsa, lettuce guac, and a side of Chipotle honey vinaigrette dressing. In turn, you'll have a chance to win an autographed jersey from Lavelle.
What am I doing to help?
And Paul Chris racked up another commitment for his 2023 recruiting class when Chris Terrick announced he was coming to Madtown this afternoon. The 6'5", 295-pound offensive lineman chose Wisconsin over Iowa and Michigan, calling UW everything an offensive lineman wants. We're back after this.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike, because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Incredible deals. Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Huge markdowns. Plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should
drunk, drive sober, or get pulled over.
It's Thursday's Daily Deals at Hyvee. This Thursday, Driscoll's Organic Raspberries, only $1.99. It's Your Churn Ice Cream, only $2.99. A 50-count pack of donut holes, fresh from the bakery, only $5. And buy one, get one free on Market Grill Breakfast. Thursday only. For more ways to save on hundreds of items every day at Hyvee, check out our monthly catalog, our weekly ad, and scan the QR code to visit HyveeDeals.com for even more deals.
I'm Alex Lasry, a Democrat running to beat Senator Ron Johnson.
And I'm Lauren Lasry, and this is our daughter Eleanor. I know Alex will always fight for working families.
To get more money in the pockets of working people and lower costs.
By making paid leave available and healthcare more affordable.
And I'll always be a relentless supporter of a woman's right to choose.
Especially now. Alex is exactly the kind of ally Tammy Baldwin needs in the Senate.
So I approve this message because we have to do better than having Ron Johnson as our senator.
Save on all appliances and grills during the inventory blowout sale at Grand Appliance. Shop unbeatable deals like this GE gas range with convection and air fry for just $847, or this LG kitchen with a 29 cubic foot French door fridge for just $29.97. That's not all. Get up to $750 in additional savings exclusively at Grand. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally, tonight, after 106 years, Rolled Gold is getting a new look. The pretzel brand's latest bag design will land on shelves this summer to commemorate its anniversary. Rolled Gold, made by Frito-Lay, is also marking the occasion by giving away more than $106,000 in gold bars. The company says it wants to celebrate Rolled Gold's legacy as both a beloved snack food and also a staple in American pop culture. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti rejoining us now with a look at the forecast.
Still pretty warm out there. Temperatures are in the upper 70s, almost 80 degrees here in Madison, and we'll look for a high tomorrow about 90.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great day.